The Parent Project, it's a nationally recognized program that was based or founded out of California by a former police officer and a psychologist. And we liked the idea and we went for it. And we were able to send myself down to the training to get spun up and then come back and actually present it to the residents here in Issaquah. It's basically a program that allows the parents that we've seen a lot on patrol having concerns and potentially struggling with their adolescent, teenage year, children, not knowing what to do. And the program basically helps with that. The type of parent that should come to this class, it's the full spectrum. It really is. From what I think some parents might think is the most minute thing that's silly. Oh, my kid just won't wake up and he's late every other day, or late a few times a week, which can be a concern because that affects schoolwork, it affects a lot of things. But they may not think that is the biggest issue for this class, but it covers everything. And it goes from that just tardiness to the full spectrum to if it's violence or gang violence or whatever it is. I mean, it goes a full spectrum. As a parent, you get frustrated with your kid, right? You probably forget that, hey, you love them, but you probably don't say it very often. And that's one of the first units that we talk about in this class is about affection, love and affection, and telling them, hey, don't forget to say that. But just understanding consequences, and it just kind of goes through. And the first 6 units are that way, and then it switches over to the peer support model, which then we get the parents in a group setting within their groups that are already there, and we split them up into smaller groups. And then they get the opportunity to use all the skills and stuff that we've been teaching them throughout the course to apply that into the peer support role, which I said we want to see them move forward after the class and use those same things. So if you're interested in the Parent Project, I think some of the things that you might expect when you show up to the class and before, let's start with before, there's a little bit of dialogue right back and forth when the class is going to be. It is a 10-week program, so it's not just one night. It is 10 full nights, and they're usually consecutive and they're progressive, so they're very important. So it's a big piece of this. But we'll set up, we'll have all that planned ahead of time. You'll know all the dates, all that, and then once you sign up and register. What you'll take away from the class is you're gonna have tools. You're gonna have the tools that you can use, but you're gonna have the understanding that you need to be consistent with those tools. You need to, if you're not consistent with the things that you learn in the class, then things will probably drop off or could potentially drop off. But you'll have support from the other parents in your class. That's huge. That's the biggest part of this, is we want people to meet after the class. There's a lot of programming that continues on without myself or Mike that we can assist with, but continues on. But you also have myself or Officer Mike Lucht. Both of us are very willing to help out answer questions if you have whatever it is. So it's a lot of support. That's the idea with this class. It's about support. I think that one of the biggest things that I've already noticed is that parent that they know they need the help, but they're either embarrassed or whatever the reason, they can't quite commit to this kind of program. Because what happens when they show up to a room full of 20 to 30 people? Eyes are on them, right? What I want to say about that, though, is there's no judgment in this room. All these parents are in the same exact position you are in. So from their standpoint, they feel the same way potentially. And I can't tell you not to feel that way, but what I can tell you is that there is no judgment in that room. And when the two instructors, myself and Officer Lucht, when we're up front, we're not judging you. We're there to help you. And that's the simplest thing, is that there is no judgment. And you'll hear that multiple times throughout the class, that we want people to show up. We don't want people to be embarrassed. We don't want people to think that, that's gonna look bad on me, because it's not. You could do everything perfect for your whole child's life up until they're in their teens, high school, whatever, and then something goes wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad parent. Things happen sometimes, so sometimes it just means you need different tools. You need different things to help you with that. So that's what the Parent Project is all about. So if you want to sign up for the Parent Project, I think the best way to do it is just go to issaquahwa.gov/Parent Project. On there, we have a website on there. and there'll be a link where you can register. If you go there right now, certain times of the year, if we don't have an active class that we're signed up for, there may not be an Eventbrite link. So then just send me an email and I'll put you on the wait list, and that'll be the easiest way to be. But if it is a live link, then it'll be an Eventbrite link, and you can go in there, very simple, sign up, and then that will go straight to me and I'll know, and then I'll just be compiling a list of people for the upcoming class. And all the details will be on that website and or on Eventbrite as well.